Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming today and sharing some time with me. And most of all, welcome to the Advancement Center here in Santa Barbara, where the weather, our silent partner, dictates if we will be broadcasting out in our newly furbished garden or inside where it is a magical space. Yes, yes. Both carrying us all to the world beyond worlds, where we harvest and reclaim our knowingness once again, as we travel in total harmony with our hearts wide open to receive. I hope you realize that you are the reason we are here broadcasting. What you have requested. Thank you for tuning in. And at this time, and at this moment, to receive what your heart is attuned to. That's who we really are. Yesterday, Robert brought in Simeon, and tears ran down my face with freedom promised and details told of a magnificent life that is ours. I edit the mechanical transcript and once again chose a passage to include in the invitation to the broadcast today. Now, Facebook surely has a controversial position in the world today, but still, it's a wonderful vehicle that reaches millions and can be a vehicle for truth and beauty. And the beauty certainly comes through on all the photographs that Tim posts. But here is the passage that people were allowed to see and read. So here it is. With everything developing around you, it is essential that you maintain your individuality, not by being different to anyone, by determining the channels that you have access to and determining the channels that you wish to interact with. That determination doesn't come through your mind or through comparison. It comes with a feeling of well-being, of perfection, of intuition, and the feeling that surpasses everything in your mind at any moment. A really good feeling takes you to places that you've never thought of, but it also takes you to places that you've determined are perfect for you. So the simplicity of everything comes down to what you desire without using your brain. Or you decide by feeling great, by turning on all the influences in your field that elevate you above the normal level of feeling and the normal level of well-being. And this wasn't included, but I love it. So as soon as you need something to bolster your system, you will find that it comes from somewhere else, beyond the world you're in. What exists in your world right now cannot satisfy that hidden knowing that says, I can do better. That hidden knowing that there is more in that hidden knowing that says, I really deserve to be able to turn on everything that I've been given the capability to turn on. Let's see what happens. At any rate, I know it wasn't censored, so that's good. So, yeah, I always love to share that because we're doing this together. I'm not alone in doing this. I'm thinking of each and every one of you as I write every word. So here we go. Let's see, what do I have here? Okay, I did that. Okay. Now I just opened my phone to look for a photo to share with you and came across a post from March 14th, 2017. And it was a message from Robert, and it was wonderful. And I said, oh, good, I'm going to read that on the broadcast. But I didn't press share, so I lost it. But it went something like this: the power you arrived with has been given over to belief. And now it's time to reclaim what you came in with. So I took it from there and said, well, see that and realize that everything you do becomes an opportunity to express your unique self and your ideas. We have to use it all. Everything. And now I'm going to show you that photo that I was looking for and tell you a little bit about my week. That was just amazing. Do I have to take this? I think well, here. My dear friend Mickey, who's sitting right there next to Robert right now, has, as many of you know, transformed our broadcast garden, as I call it, into a magic place. But there was an area that looked like an old lot in Brooklyn where no one paid any attention. And this week, Mickey said, I'm coming and we're going to work on your garden. Well, can you imagine my joy, my excitement, my glee? And there was more than the garden. The two of us worked like hand in glove. Everything Mickey did, I could support. And as she pulled out stuff, I clipped it and just retained the good blossoms so we could do something else with it. It was teamwork at its finest. And this is what happened. By the way, you could never see all of this before. Now, where am I? There. Mickey brought the pebbles. She cleared away so much. I don't want to make you dizzy looking. And then, of course, you could see it goes right up into the canyon. And our hedge is in bloom. So that was a very, very exciting part of my week. And I love it. And I continue to love it because Mickey gives you the gift that keeps giving. So thank you, Mickey. Then okay, excuse me one moment. So this is what I'm looking for. Every week when I sit here, I realize how much has transpired in this past week with Genya's beautiful broadcast and David making sure that we all leave room for magic and miracles and spoke from a place that we have not heard from before. And then, of course, yesterday, which is still ringing in my heart. So, yes, we are exposed to so many worlds, and conditions continue to float through our world right now, allowing us to experience a little bit of the unknown. That's why we're here. And with that unknown feeling that says, oh, this is familiar, I understand it. It feels like home. It's brilliant. And it has all the components that I need to present the best picture I can of myself in the world. What's happening? Yeah. What is happening? Well, what is happening is that I find myself writing in my journal more than daily. Things well up and take on such an amazing heart that I perhaps have never experienced before. So I want to capture it. And capturing it is only made more valuable because I can share it with you. That's the only reason. So here it is. I wrote this, and I always put the day and the time. I wrote this yesterday after the broadcast at 5:22 to be exact. Robert brought in Simeon, and tears ran down my face with freedom promised, and details told of a magnificent life that is ours. Dear Simeon, I am grateful for every word that lightened our path as we live life in a higher octave now. I long to hear your words, Simeon. Thank you. And immediately, if not sooner, he dictated, Dearest Barbara, you discovered the city limits of your mind. And this morning, you went past them and bridged over to a beautiful conversation with Robert. You watched yourself change. And yes, you heard echo of your beautiful being in the broadcast. Just go from here and live it all. We love and honor you, as does Robert. Your loving friend, forever, Simeon. And this morning at 7:53, which was really 6:53 because of daylight saving time, I picked up my pen and wrote, Dearest Simeon, my broadcast is in 4 hours, and though my head is filled with yesterday's message, I still look forward to hearing your words of this now moment. And he wrote, "Dearest Barbara, what you heard yesterday was your solid gold get out of jail card for you to duplicate, replicate, and offer to everyone who will come into your light as they live their life. Your clarity on this subject is the eliminator of all hopelessness. Your ability to tiptoe into another's field and recognize the weeds that are stifling the growth of the truly rare flowers of happiness. These once takeover weeds begin to shrivel and die for lack of attention, which is transferred to the magic and miracles of the beautiful garden of living life. We see you, hear you, and honor you. Your loving friend, Simeon." And then, numerologically, March 14th, 2021, if you add up all those numbers individually, you come to the number 4, which means squaring all deals, no leftovers. That's pretty good. Wow. Reading Simeon out loud has quite an impact. So, thank you for listening and giving me the opportunity to share it with you. I am the keeper of the most amazing magic here in the annals of the Advancement Center. There's just so much. And I draw from them because I feel these have to be heard. And I found another place, and I'm in there, I'm writing, but I get the inspiration and share it with you. Freedom of spirit is sometimes difficult to find when you are busy with the normal requirements of society. However, there is no need to find it if you are conscious of the magnificence of your being. All freedom lies in your magnificence, and there is no need to be concerned about finding anything. Freedom exists in your immense presence. And once you are aware of this, you can expand past all other things to find your spirit bouncing around, waiting to play. The requirements of society simply fall into the background and are completed with very little focus at all. Now, be prepared. There will be times when a negative vibration will storm your field, and you can cancel it by flooding the field with knowingness. And that's yours. All you have to do is be aware of the positive selection, and that unique vibration will grow in your field. This is a good way to strengthen your personal confidence in your own mastery, and your measure of your own performance can change considerably if it is ready to do so. I love that, because not everything is smooth. You come across some bumps and some rocky places. But if you can just lift yourself above it all and see that it has nothing to do with your magnificent being, you can float through just about every circumstance. So when I said some words about negative vibrations storming your field and how to deal with it, so now let's come back. And how are we to be? And I'm just saying, tread lightly when you're when you know that you're entering another's field. You don't know that field. There are too many professional nurses who feel that they know your field and operate as if they do, but they don't. So tread lightly and figure out, what is that one feeling at this moment? How can I enhance? How can I share the beauty of who they are with them? Yeah. And then, of course, and I had that experience. I was just thinking before, I was at Kingsborough Psychiatric Center 46 years ago, and I still remember everyone. Well, not everyone, but about 5 or 6 people who were in that ward, the geriatric ward. So Sam may have gone to where he belongs in a beautiful new life, but he taught me a huge lesson. I remember walking down the halls where every window was barred and I had to use keys to get everywhere. And I said, what am I doing here? And I know the answer now. The answer is the experience of knowing what some fields look like for some people. And I also discovered what I had to offer. And to me, it was natural. And to everyone else on the staff, it was unnatural. I was accused of loving these residents. And I went, what? So nothing is wasted. Every experience, good, bad, and different, serves. And many times you have to wait 46 years for you to realize what really happened. And now I can let it go completely. No more memories. The lesson has been learned. Then I go to raising children. That's a task. And I would love to just be able to share with every new parent who they really brought into the world. And what an opportunity they have to let that little one express all that he has and all that she brought with her. That would change the world in an instant. But parents are so eager and so uninformed and so ridden by what's popular. But there's so much room for improvement. And every one of us has an unbelievable effect on so many people because we are transmitting what we know to be true all the time. Every smile has so many messages locked into it. And when it's received and returned, magic has happened. Yeah. I just wrote it this morning. There is no such thing as a health provider other than the inner resolve of the one experiencing. And with our love and support, will assist in their opening a new channel from their origin to re-engage perfect health. All we can do is to be most helpful and to know that they do have the channel to open. We don't have to say a word. I think there was one other thing. Oh, yeah. And so we leave you with an excellent feeling, knowing beyond a doubt that we're not leaving. Never. Yeah. In fact, the more we interact, the more interaction we can have, whether or not we're on a screen or not. Because time really does disappear, and we all live in one another's fields for eternity. So thank you all for being with me today and for being with us in all the future broadcasts that we can now experience. And I leave you wishing you a perfect life, perfect health, and a truly magic future. Thank you.